I think the timing is perfect for it. I mean, you just see Jackass had a huge kind of revival, and
Yeah, well, it's almost kind of like it's possible now. To be honest with you, I wanted to do this 10 years ago, and the movie studios back at that time just sort of were not really able to even conceptualize that. I pitched it around. I told everybody I wanted to go out and do a movie on the streets, and we'll film it with small cameras and people just sort of told me, we don't make movies like that, and the big studios said that. And I think they're starting to come around now with, movies like Paranormal Activity and, all these movies that are kind of shot more reality style. So it's kind of an exciting time, where the movie business is starting to wake up and think, maybe people do want to see a little bit more of this type of stuff. My show is always so much different than that, but at the end of the day, they're sort of able to wrap their heads around doing stuff that's a little bit more non-scripted.
Yeah, is that the hardest thing for you in Hollywood? Because you definitely think not just outside the box, almost in a totally different box, and they seem to be so rigid in their thinking. Is that the hardest thing for you, kind of working in this business and dealing with those suits?
Well, it's like a catch-22, because I've always gotten into the business by doing things that haven't really been done yet. For instance, my web show. I started my web talk show 5 years ago. There's still nobody doing a nightly online talk show on the internet. It's been 5 years since you've been able to do it. I jumped on it immediately the second it was technically possible. I think that's just because I was so aware of what the technology is, And I thought, hey, this will be a cool way to do something that's never really been done before. We'll do a talk show on the internet out of my living room, and and to everybody listening, if you haven't seen it, just go to tomgreen.com and check it out. There's literally 4 years worth of shows on there you can go watch, and where I'm interviewing celebrities and people like that. So, but but the thing is, then you kind of got to wait for the business to catch up, Because so this is why I've gone out and done stand-up this year. It's sort of like the advertising industry wasn't quite ready to start getting behind web shows, but that's starting to change now. So I think it's going to be a good year for the web show too. Yeah.
Cool. Two more real quick questions for you. First off, how's Glenn doing? Glenn Humplick.
He's doing good, and Phil is doing really good. Phil Giroux.
Yeah.
And all those guys who I work with, they're all doing good, and yeah, everyone's doing awesome. It's just people have all gone and done their thing, and they were always high tech kind of gurus in their own right. So they all work in that industry, and yeah, it's cool.
Cool. And the last one, because I know you probably got a ton more interviews today too. I stand by the statement that "Check the OR" is the greatest Canadian rap song ever made.
All right, no way, not better than "Let Your Backbone Slide."
Better.
I don't know if that's possible, but
better.
I'd take second.
No, I'm putting you on top. I'm putting you on top.
No, one thing that's really cool about that little Halifax connection is we basically got that record deal because of a show I did in Halifax at a place called the Flamingo Club. I don't remember if you remember the Flamingo Club.
Oh yeah.
But when I was doing organized rhyme when I was in high school, we opened up for the Dream Warriors. We drove all the way out to Halifax. I got a speeding ticket. I got a $400 on the way out in New Brunswick, and we drove all the way out there and we played at the Flamingo Club and opened up for the Dream Warriors, and that's how we got that record deal, and that's how organized rhyme was born, and really was my first taste of show business and sort of what opened my eyes up to thinking, hey, I could maybe work in the TV business someday after we went and promoted that record and we're on Much Music and all that stuff. So I love Halifax. I can't wait to come to Halifax. It's going to be an awesome time, and I'm looking forward to doing some shows out there.
Yeah, it's going to be great. No, you could tell there was hints of that in there, like the Hamsters track and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always a lot of stupidity in organized rhyme, for sure.